Hi, I'm glad you could join me today. I'm Mayor Marian, and I have a great book to share. It's one of my favorite things, sharing books with kids. This one is called Foo Finds a Way. It's written by John Rocco, and Foo is a little boy who has to do some chores, and he's not too excited about that. Have you ever felt that way about your chores? His dad wants him to do it the right way. And Foo learns about doing things the right way in this book. It's one of my favorite books. I'm sure you'll enjoy it as well. Foo could think of at least 37 things that were more fun than planting rice. Has your mind been wandering again? Foo's father gestured toward the crooked rows that Foo had planted. But I planted them fast. Doesn't that count? You have to replant them before you come home for dinner, said the father. But who cares? It's only rice, said Foo. I care, and so should you, said Dad. Look at the other rice paddies and how neatly they're planted. That is the way, the right way to do things. Foo bit his lip as his dad walked back to the village. He was mad. He stomped through the rice paddy. He yanked out one of the shoots and he threw it as far as he could. Ah! Foo peeked warily over the edge. How dare you, shouted Chad. But it was an accident, trembled Foo. There are no accidents. Meet me tomorrow by the temple. We will duel. Uh-oh. Foo's got himself in trouble now. Foo's insides shook as he ran home. I can't fight Chang. I won't have a chance. He carefully took his father's sword off the wall. I'll go to the master. He's trained all the great warriors. Maybe he can train me too. When Foo arrived at the master's house, his hands were trembling. The door opened. I no longer train warriors, the master announced. Please, Foo fought back tears. I need your help. You can have my duck. The master stared deeply into Foo's eyes. After what seemed like forever, he said, all right, come in. You can keep your duck. Foo stood ready for his first lesson. He could barely lift his dad's heavy sword. You won't need that, said the master. First, you will pour tea. Pour tea? I have to fight Chang. There is always time for tea, said the master. And he brought out the jars and the cups and put them on the short table. Foo reluctantly began to prepare the tea, and the master watched his every move. First, soak your teapots and cups so they are in harmony. Start again with purpose. Purpose? Foo was puzzled. Suddenly the room rippled and shifted, and he felt dizzy. Did I tell you that there's magic in this book? Watch for the magic to happen. Suddenly, Foo was in the middle of a bamboo forest. The master was as tiny as a teacup. Everything you do must have a purpose. Just as the bamboo grows upward to reach the sun's rays, you too must have a purpose when pouring tea. Foo nervously began again. He soaked the teapot and the cup so they would be in harmony. He filled the pot with hot water, and he quickly poured the tea into the cups, but some spilled. The master watched the spilled tea on the table, and magic happened again because Foo felt the floor begin to move. Suddenly, Foo was on a tea leaf flowing down a mountain stream. It is not about how fast you fill the cups, the master called out. Like a stream that flows from the mountain to the valley, The tea must flow from you to the cup. This is crazy, Fu thought. He shook his head and started over, trying to feel the flow. The master lifted the cup to his nose and breathed deeply. You want to create each round of tea with the same aroma and flavor. He drank the tea and gently placed the cup back on the table. Round 2, he said. Round 2? How will I ever learn to fight if all I do is pour tea? Round 2, the master said firmly. Fu refilled the pot and immediately began pouring the second round of tea. The room filled with steam. Suddenly, Fu was standing inside the teapot in a warm, damp pile of tea leaves. With each round of tea, the leaves grow weaker and they will need more time to soak. Just as a caterpillar patiently waits in its cocoon to become a butterfly, you too must be patient with the tea. Fu wanted to argue, but he was too tired. He sank into the warmth of the tea leaves, and all through the night, Fu practiced pouring tea with purpose, with flow, and patience. Fu, you have done well. The master gave him a gentle smile. Fu looked at the sun and realized it was morning, and he quickly jumped up. I still don't know how to fight. You will know what to do, the master said. In his rush to the temple, Fu forgot all about his father's sword. Are you planning on fighting me with a teapot? Chang laughed as he saw Fu approaching. Fu's heart raced. Glancing down at his hands, he said the first thing that came to his lips. I would like to prepare you tea before we fight. Chang's troops all laughed loudly. Ha ha ha! Silence! Chang sneered at them and turned back to Fu. There is always time for tea. Fu prepared the tea. He focused on his purpose. He let the tea flow like a stream through a valley. Patiently, he recreated the same aroma and flavor in each cup. He was not afraid. Chang watched in silence as Fu poured 9 perfect rounds of tea. When the tea ceremony was finished, Chang ordered his troops away from the temple. Knowing that the battle was about to begin, Fu felt his heart sink. Over the years, I have fought many duels. I have engaged in many battles, but I have not experienced such a masterful tea ceremony in my life. You're not going to fight me? Fu asked hopefully. Of course not. You have the way. You did it right. And Fu and his friend the duck are watching their friend the dragon. Thank you for joining me today in reading Fu Finds the Way. And I hope you find the way to do all your chores just right for your mom today. Thank you.